Good day, friends. How are you doing? This is episode 3 of the Trilogy Yarns podcast, where I talk about what I have finished, what I'm working on, maybe some new acquisitions that I've gotten since we spoke last, and some shop news. So the reason I say good day is it's a morning here. I am recording on June 8th from Spokane, Washington, where it is cold. I am over this. It's June 8th. I have my fire going in the living room. I am in my office with the space heater on, and I'm wearing wool. What's the deal here? The only thing that seems to be thriving around here is the weeds, which I'm going to try to get rid of this afternoon. Every time I have a day off, it rains. And by rain, I mean downpour. I'm looking out the window like you guys can see what I'm looking at. So on my days off, it's raining. I can't go out. Well, I could. I won't go out and pull weeds in the rain. So we had some rain this morning. I'm not sure what the temperature is now. I think it might get into the 70s, but it's going to be overcast. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna put my big girl pants on and I'm gonna go out and pull some weeds, because if I wait much longer, I won't even have to bend over to pull them. Or I should figure out how to harvest them and do something with them. I don't know. No dandelions, so I can't do dandelion wine, but it's got to be something I can do with all these weeds. Anyway, it's been 2 weeks and a few days since my last podcast. I was recording on Fridays. I think I'm going to switch to Wednesdays, because on Fridays, at least 3 Fridays of the month, I'm on the road doing trunk shows. So I'm coming to you a little bit longer than 2 weeks, but I think this will be my new norm. So how's everyone's 2 weeks been? I hope they've been fun. I hope where you're at, it's warm and you're enjoying summer. We've heard that we're supposed to be, May was extra wet and cool for the Northwest, and we have heard that June is going to be the same. And then what do you think? Maybe July 2nd, it'll be 110. I don't know. I don't mind the 110. I like the heat. I can get out and enjoy it. And then when it gets too hot, I can come in and cool off. Anyway, I've had a very busy 2 weeks, not as much knitting as I would have liked. I just got back from Fiber Fusion, which was over in Monroe, Washington. It was just a real fun 2-day show at the Evergreen Fairgrounds, and they had animals. They had a lot of spinning and weaving vendors, a lot of yarn dyers. It was so fun to see friends I haven't seen with for a while, meet new friends, connect with old. It was wet. It was wet over there too, but somehow we timed it that when we were setting up and when we were tearing down and bringing stuff back and forth I had to rent a U-Haul van, bringing stuff back and forth to the van, it was dry. But the rest of the weekend, it rained. We were in a metal fairground building, and at times it would get really loud in there, just the rain beating off the top. I had a great time. I've got a few acquisitions I bought there that I'm going to show you when we get into acquisitions. And now I'm back home and I am ready to, what am I ready to do? I was going to say I'm ready to hit it hard and fast. Slowly, I'm going to work into it. I have a lot of things coming up in the summer that we'll get into, but yeah. So let's talk finished objects. You guys, my poncho is done. Let's see if I can stand up. So this is the Church Mouse Cozy Poncho. I'll have all the details down in the show notes of everything I talk about and where you can find me, because I didn't even say where you could find me. This is the Church Mouse Easy Poncho, Cozy Poncho. I made this out of Trilogy yarns, merino cashmere nylon in the DK in the colorway Timber Wolf. And I just love how it knit up. This, while I was doing it, was a very mindless project that I thought would take me forever to do. All honesty, it didn't. And I love it so much. I have plans to make more. It's just, I'm really into the ponchos right now. They're easy to put on if you get a little chilly. Nice to take off if you get too warm. Hugs you like a shawl, but you don't have the ends to mess with. So I am all about the ponchos. I will be casting on another. I'm just not quite sure when, because I have other projects that I want to do. So that is my only finished object. I did pick up, oh, so that's going to bring us to works in progress. And let me just show you what I have here. I do have a half finished object. This is my vanilla sock. I've talked to you before on how I do it. I do toe up with Judy's Magic Cast On, increased to 64 stitches. I do the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. I do my leg. I have measurements from my recipe. I do my leg, and then I do 12 rounds of a 2x2 rib. This colorway is from 2 months ago, Broadway Musicals Club. And this theme was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. So I had dyed up an extra skein for me. So that is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert from my Broadway Musicals Club. And then I am this far on the second one. So I already turned the heel. This was what I was knitting on when I was over at Fiber Fusion last weekend. So it was a nice mindless knit. I can put the yarn under my arm and I can walk and knit and talk to people. So I did, yeah, got this done. So I just have the leg and the ribbing, and this will be done by the next podcast. So those got some love. I'm also working on my Sunday tee by Petite Knits. And this is just a summer t-shirt that I'm doing. I'm doing mine in Trilogy Yarns single space in the royalty color, which is the solid. And then the variegated is Maggot Museum, and that is on my Surrey base. So you can see it's a little fluffy. So I did get, I'm going to peek around because I don't know where you guys are at. I did get the body done. It does have a rolled hem at the bottom. So I need to, I'm going to tack that down, a little rolled hem. So all that's left is to pick up the sleeves. Hoping to have that done this week. It does have short sleeves. I'm just not sure how short I want to make my sleeves, or if I even want to do like a 3/4 or just past the elbow. I still want it to be lightweight for summer, if we have summer, but I want to be able to wear it, you know, in the fall and the spring too. So I think that I may go just past shoulder, no, elbow, should have more coffee, just past the elbow bend. So that is on the needles. I also have a new cast on. This is the Starflake shawl that I talked about last time. This was the sample that was the free knit at the Nifty Knitter in Issaquah for the Puget Sound yarn crawl that was a couple of years ago. I haven't gotten very far on it. Well, I got far on it and then I ripped it out and I reknit it again. Not the whole thing, about 4 inches of the dusty mauve color. And the pattern was just not working out. I don't know why I couldn't get it to work. So I am modifying the pattern a little bit. So I'm just doing the little knot stitches and the garter stitch. So I'm doing that. It is an asymmetrical shawl. And then after I've got several, like a lot of rows of the dusty mauve, this is Trilogy Yarns Plush Base Dusty Mauve. The lighter is Mist. I'm going to go back to the Mist and do the lace border, which is on the pattern. And then I picked up some mauve colored little glass beads. And so I'm going to incorporate those into the border. I'm loving it. I'm loving this stitch. The pattern stitch she had going for the inside, I was just frustrated. I don't know why I couldn't get it. This pattern is by Sylvia Harding, and I will have a link to the pattern down below. So I did that one. And then because I really just needed mindless knitting, I was busy. I had a couple big wholesale orders to dye up for. I was dyeing up for the Fiber Fusion. I didn't have much brain space left at the end of the day, but I wanted to do something. So I picked up a project that has been in hiatus for a while. And this is my Granny Stripe crocheted blanket. So I've got it doubled here, folded. So it's that wide. And when I started working on it, let me just see. So when I picked it up, I put a marker where I was at. So this is where I was at. So I've done this much. And I was really enjoying working on this. It's, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't show you. It's long enough that I could consider it a lap blanket. But I think I'm going to make this for the guest room and maybe throw it across the foot of the bed. So I'm going to make it, because I truly think, oh, well, it may not hang over the edge of the bed, but I can fold it up at the foot of the bed. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer. So if you are staying with me and you get chilly, you have a nice blanket. But this is just the Granny Stripe blanket. I'm using a size F hook, and I'm doing this in just scraps of fingering weight. So I love this. I have it draped over the side of my love seat in my little sitting room when I'm not working on it. And it's so pretty. I don't know why I had it in hiatus for so long. And maybe because the weather's not warm. Okay, there is a theme here for this podcast, isn't there? But maybe because the weather's not warm, it's just nice and cozy to have over my lap and working. And that, my friends, is all the works in progress I have going, which is about normal: a shawl, a sweater, pair of socks, and then the throw, which is an ongoing. So shall we talk about what I bought this weekend? Because I had some fun stuff. So the mug. And this is by Creative with Clay. Oh my God, I'm showing you the price tag. Should take that off. Okay. But look at this mug, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I've been eyeing his work for a while, and finally bit the bullet. Look at this argyle with the buttons. So a new mug. Now that I showed you, I can use it. It's got an awesome handle. I like a larger size mug. This is another pottery mug here. So yeah, well, I think the brown one is bigger, but I like a cup of coffee. I have a Keurig and I do the 12 ounces at a time because I like my coffee. So I got that. Also, when we were at Fiber Fusion, I shared a booth with Judy from Quintessential Knits out of Duval, cute store. I'll link her shop down below. And she had these t-shirts that she had made for her that she was selling. And it says, Pacific Northwest Knitter. So you have the Seattle skyline. So Judy had these in the shop, so cute. They also had bags that matched Pacific Northwest Knitters. I'm going to have to record this. It's a hot mess. Yes, Pacific Northwest Knitter. Tote bags that were very cute. And then another booth that I visited, a friend of mine, Karen Hooley, who is this wonderful crochet designer. She had some really cute patterns. And I really feel like I need to have more crocheted samples in my shop. I love to crochet. I like that it's faster. I just have always been a little hesitant because it doesn't have the drape that knitting does. But she had 3 samples knit up out of a fingering, a light fingering that were so cute. So I purchased them. One of them, and I don't know how well, I'll link her shop. This cardigan, look at this cardigan here. It's got little buttons up the front. It's kind of a cropped cardigan. That I'm going to be making. She also had a cowl called Into the Deep. And it's just this light fingering cowl. And I thought how fun that would be to make out of one of my mini skein gradient fades. So that is going to go on my needles when I finish the Starflower Shawl. And then she had this sweater in this book. And currently this pattern is not available for individual downloads, but she did say that she may in the near future be releasing it. This is called the Beachcomber sweater. Look at the pattern on that, you guys. Oh, I should, hopefully I'm not showing directions, but it was just cute. Look at the back of it. Very simple, but a neat textured pullover. And this was done out of a fingering yarn. And I just thought that might have to be a Rhinebeck sweater. I'm getting quite a few sweaters in my queue for a Rhinebeck. It's only 2 days. So I may have to take a garment bag with me and I can switch out so I can wear all the sweaters I want to make. That is it for acquisitions. They had a lot of spinning fiber at this show. I did drop spinning at one time. I really would like to get an e-spinner, but I'm not, because I know me well enough that I don't have enough hours in my day to take up spinning. Maybe in the next life, maybe when I retire, we'll see. So that leads us to shop news. Other than being real busy last week, working for the wholesale orders, getting ready for Fiber Fusion, I've been a little quiet in the shop. I do have a trunk show coming up next weekend at Twilight Fiber in Ponderay, Idaho. This is a new to me store, so I'm excited to go up. I've heard it's real cute, so I'm excited to go up and check it out and meet Blythe and do a truck show. So if you're in the Ponderay, Idaho area, stop by. It will be Saturday, April 18th. I think the hours are 10 to 6. I'll just be there the one day. I have that. And then the following week at the end of the month, June 24th through the 26th, I will be at Bazaar Girls in Port Townsend. I will be podcasting before then. I hope I will. I should be podcasting before then. But I do have that show coming up. I have closed the pre-sales for the Christmas in July advents. We're furiously working on those. Those will ship next week. I have a new base. You guys, I have a new base and I'm playing with. It's a DK weight base. It's a 50% superwash merino, 50% cotton. It feels luscious. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. I'm hoping this week to get some time to play with it. If not, for sure. So I'm anxious to see how it works up. The cotton will not take the dye. So I'm just really excited to see. And it, like I say, it feels great. I think that would be a great poncho or a t-shirt. Maybe I'll do another summer tee out of it. Seeing how it's got cotton, it won't be too awfully warm. So I have the new base. I have the trunk show. I have life updates. This is a very short podcast. Just not a lot happened other than working. Life updates. Kids are still all out of the house. It's supposed to rain this weekend. I'm going to try to take a 3-day weekend and I may start painting. If anybody wants to come help, I've got an extra paintbrush if you like to paint. I don't mind painting. The prepping is the part I don't like. And especially in the bedrooms where the kids have been, it's amazing the house is still standing. There's so many little holes in the wall. So it's all the patching, the washing. I hope you can hear my kitty down here. She's very vocal. So I'm going to start painting this weekend and I will slowly start doing window treatments for each rooms and just working on the inside of the house because it doesn't look like I'll be outside this weekend. So that's what's going on. Really nothing else. Just working, knitting, traveling. It's my life. Anyway, you know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe. All the information about where you can find me, everything I talked about will be listed down below. If I forget to list something I've talked about, feel free to reach out to me. I do enjoy the comments. And everybody, hope you're enjoying summer where you're at. We'll talk soon. Bye.